Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Admin, and welcome back to another episode of the Datapack Survival. This is episode 13, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a lot. In between videos, I have been working on a whole bunch of stuff in between the videos, just off camera, getting stuff ready for this one. And I probably got a little bit carried away with it, and now we have a whole lot of actual structures that I have built. So, in the previous video, if you haven't watched it, go check that out, but we made this creeper farm over here. So, we just land right here. We have creepers, they will spawn in this cube that we carved out, and then they go up a little waterway, and then they come over to here, and then we have a nice little water pathway that will send all the items to our storage room. But in between episodes, we built a pretty cool system. So if I kill some creepers just to get some drops, you can see that we now have a pretty cool little covering that will show where all the items are going. We can see them travel along, and they will end up in our storage room. But I did not stop there. So this isn't quite a completed design, but essentially it will just go off in this direction, and then it rounds the corner, and it looks pretty cool. Let's take a look at the completed design though. That would be this one that hooks up our sand and gravel farm to the storage room. So you can see there's like some little pillars and stuff, and then overall I think this design looks really pretty. And in between the actual episodes, I did a decent amount of rebuilding of our sand and gravel farms. I think I said this in the previous video, but essentially this whole farm here, the sand farm, needed to be moved over by one single block in order for it to be symmetrical. In the process of doing so, I figured I would decorate this a little bit and add some trims and whatnot, just fill in the various areas so that it would look a lot better. So the design still works where the sand gets crushed up there, then pushed off the edge, falls onto these, and then it breaks. But now the hoppers will send the items along over to here, where we can see some exposed redstone. Not quite done with everything, but I kind of like the look of the exposed redstone. So anyway, from there, the items will go into this dispenser system that simply just puts out the items, and then they go down the water and go into the sorting room. And I also hooked up another farm to our storage room. The sugarcane and cactus farm that resides in this building was already hooked up via water stream, but I decorated it, and it looks really cool. That said, this whole landscape area does not look the greatest. We've just left it as stone and some mycelium and cobblestone and random junk all over the place for the past, I don't know, couple of months. It's been a long time. So in the near future, we should probably actually do some decorating and terraforming of the landscape to make this look a whole lot better. So there's two other things that are now hooked up to the system. One, we have the start of the pathway for our tree farm. Currently the chests are not hooked up to the actual dispensing system that I would need to send the items over, but that would not be too hard to do. We could probably make some more progress on this in today's video. And then I also got started with our iron farm, just starting to clear it out a little bit, but not like a ton. So yeah, that's what I did between episodes. And then I got definitely carried away. So I didn't stop there. Yeah. The other day, log.zip released a really cool new data pack that I ended up working on. It is multiplayer compatible and compatible with my data packs, and that is called mob totems. So we added a new mob totem, or a new totem of undying, except based around every mob in the game. I have some from the skeletons. I went to the skeleton grinder and got some. And these are pretty cool. So they all are right-click events, where if you hold the totem and then you right-click, it will do something. So in the case of the skeleton, it will shoot an arrow where you're looking. But there are unique totems for every single mob in the game, except for the rabbit. We forgot the rabbit. But the 60 mobs in the game do have totems for them, which is pretty cool. You might notice that the durability of the totem also goes down every time you use it. This skeleton totem has 50 uses and is a fairly rare drop from skeletons. mobs that get killed by the player have a chance of dropping totems, but mobs that are killed by other means, such as like lava or fall damage or whatever, they will not drop totems. So I ended up collecting a decent amount of actual totems. We have our creeper farm, of course, that is set up for player kills, so we get a ton of totems from them. Way too many, honestly, so yeah. And then I also manually killed some iron golems, so now we have some iron golem totems as well. And in the meanwhile, I also ended up killing Game Dash, so I got his head, because we installed the more player heads data pack. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to be probably adding these to our storage, and we can make it a goal to possibly try to collect every mob totem in the game. Some of them are useful, some of them are not quite as useful, and overall they're pretty cool. They can also be enchanted with mending, so you don't necessarily have to worry about them actually breaking, which is a pretty useful feature. So we will need 60 mending books, which currently don't have that many, but we can obviously work towards that. And with our sand and gravel farms going for a while, we were able to do a couple things. One, we have a pretty nice backlog of sand. I turned off the farms, but we also have a massive backlog of gravel. As you can see, it looks like we're even onto, yeah, we got a ton of gravel. So the reason why we don't have nearly as much sand is because I've spent a whole lot of it on TNT. Our gunpowder supply is actually also really low because of that, but how much TNT do you think I made? Yeah, I made 49 TNT. Very impressive, right? Oh, and also this box right here. Yeah, full box of TNT. This honestly didn't take that long to get, and now we have a pretty silly, stupidly large amount of TNT. So between episodes, I did a little bit of netherite mining as well, and I got enough to craft this diamond tunneler's dream. If you haven't seen the more pickaxes data pack, I would check that out first, but essentially what this lets me do is it lets you mine a 3x3 area where you break a block. So it's kind of like a modded hammer, like you've probably seen before. So I can break this here, and you'll see that all of these 9 blocks will also break. So very powerful, and we can now go to the Nether, which we were planning to do in the previous episode, and seriously just wreck the Nether to get loads and loads of Netherite. So I think that could be pretty fun to do right now. So let's head to the Nether and blow up some stuff. But real quick, I think I should mention that this is a patron server. That means that any of you that want to can join the server and play with me. Anyway, we have a really tight community of a couple quite dedicated Minecraft players that play on the server, and we have a lot of fun. So if that is something you're interested, go check out my Patreon page. There is a link to that in the iCard in the top right. You will need to be making a donation of at least $5 or more. That helps keep the server actually up and running. I spend a decent amount of money actually hosting it, so your support would let us continue to host the server and the series. Anyway, if that is something you're interested, please do consider it. And yeah, let's move on to blowing up the Nether. Okay, so we've made it to the Nether. I think we should probably try to head a little bit away from the actual drop-off point, because I've seen a lot of people have been digging around here for netherite. So we would probably be best off to head off maybe in just like a random direction and see about going mining there. So I'm going to just fly around, hopefully not die, and see where it takes me. And then we can just dig down from there, and should be good. Let's see, can I get through here? Yep. Okay. This is going to be fun, so wish me luck. And I haven't really spent that much time in the Nether since it updated in 1.16. It is quite immersive in here, but you really cannot see a thing. It's a little annoying, honestly, but boy, Mojang they did a really good job of actually transforming things. This is so much better than the previous Nether. Anyway, this probably should be far enough away to actually get going. So, this looks as good of a place as any to start digging down and getting the netherite. Alright, so I've gotten down to Y14, and I think this is probably going to be a good place to actually just start tearing out some stuff. So, I'll probably end up fill you in. Ouch. I'll probably end up mining the quartz and stuff because, I mean, quartz is useful. And then, yeah, we'll just probably dig out a really long tunnel and hopefully just fill it with TNT and make a really big explosion. This is going to be fun. So let's, I guess, cut to when I have a really long tunnel mined out. And there's our first piece of netherite before I've even placed any TNT. So that's a good sign. And 2 more. At least 2 more. Maybe even more than that. Very cool. More netherite, and I still have yet to place a single piece of TNT. Looks like this is a vein of 3. So, wow. And even more netherite. Who needs TNT? I should just keep doing this. Alright, so I've dug out a really silly long tunnel, honestly. And I finally hit a lava pool, so I figured that's a good place to stop. There is a really long tunnel. I placed some shulkers down in the middle of it, so we can go grab our items, put away all of the stuff that we've collected, and then, there we go. Place down the TNT, and there's a lot of it. So, grab some blackstone while I was at it. I think I'm just going to throw away all of this netherrack, because I saved a box of it, but I don't really need it. And, yeah, as you can see. Okay, grab this. We already have 7 netherite, just digging out the tunnel, so we can grab our TNT. Probably need quite a few more stacks of it, and I'm just going to fill up this to the brim with TNT, and then we can light it. So let's start placing the TNT. So I'm placing the TNT about 2 blocks apart for each of them. In my testing, that was pretty much the ideal distance between the TNT. If you place them too close, hilariously, it actually explodes far worse than you'd expect. Essentially what happens is that this TNT lasts underneath the next TNT, and then it would fall, and then would not be able to continue the chain. And of course we want it to have a chain, so let's just dig off in this direction a little ways so that we are safe, and light it up. This goes, let's see, it was only like a little over 2 stacks, or not even 2 stacks, so let's just do it. I should be able to detonate this, and then we can probably follow it. So, server's running a whole lot better than it used to, and, yeah, that's the thing about using TNT, is you just get a mess of lava. So, I guess we should just be able to walk over here, though, and light it up. Come on. There we go. Okay. Explode! Yes! And there's our first netherite from, okay, this might take a little while, but, kaboom! Explode! Nice, much better. Alright, yeah, maybe I placed it too close still, so... Not quite the same... the thing I was really looking for, but, okay. Well, that's disappointing, but... This pigment's probably... Yeah, they're going to be mad at me. Nice. Yeah, TNT, because it's player activated, will actually anger pigments. So, wow, got a pigment totem. That was way too easy. Okay. I think we should try this again, but next time let's just fill it just full to the brim of TNT and see if we get a different result. Looks like we're finally getting a pretty good detonation, but... here's some more netherite, very cool. But, yeah, it keeps just stopping, which is annoying, so. Alrighty. Well, all of the TNT detonated, that was about 2 stacks, not quite 2 stacks, and, I don't know, I'd say mixes us, that took a little bit longer because it didn't chain very well, but I did get 13 ancient debris, so not bad. I think I'm going to try it again, but this time I'm going to spam a whole lot more TNT, and then maybe we'll see if we get, I guess, better results. Come to think of it, the tests that I ran for log.zip, those were in a regular, like, 1x1 tunnel, like so. And so perhaps the fact that I'm doing a 3x3 tunnel throws off the measurements that I use. So maybe I have to do it with, like, 3 blocks apart instead of 2, or something like that. I'm not really sure. So probably some more testing could be done to figure this out. But getting lots of quartz, which is nice, because I'm planning on using it in our base some more, which it's normally kind of expensive. And so, yeah, this is going to be helpful. Alright, just filling it now with TNT. This is going to be a big explosion. You know, just for good measure, let's add another row on top. That could be fun. I'm only a couple stacks in, so why not add more? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? It's not like anything could go wrong. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's set this off. And, I don't know, I might die. We'll see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like on it. And in the next one, we are going to be looking at the results of this explosion. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to make sure not to miss out on that. So anyway, this has been Admin, and I am out. Thanks so much for watching.